What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Max Factory Figma action figure series, figure number 245, Lucina. Lucina is a long time coming. I've actually had her on pre-order since the pre-orders first went up, and she was supposed to be released earlier in the year, but kept getting pushed back, and now we finally have her in hand, and I'm just really excited about that. Here we see Lucina is in the box. She does come with an alternate face sculpt, an alternate head, or hair, because there is no face in that, the falchion, and a couple of other accessories that you just can't quite see unless she's out of the packaging. But once again, she is the 245th figure. She is from Fire Emblem Awakening and Smash Brothers. I don't know too much about Fire Emblem Awakening, but you know, I do play as Lucina in Smash once in a while, but there's a nice image of Lucina. On the side, another picture of Lucina with her mask. On the top of the box, if the camera will focus on that, it's another picture of Lucina, except with her alternate face sculpt. On the bottom, we have another stern-looking Lucina. On the back, no real read-up. Well, there might be one right here, but I don't read Japanese. But on the back, we have a nice images of what you can get the figure posing. You can see she does come with two hair sculpts, and we'll get more into that later on. Overall, I'm just really excited to finally have her in hand. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get her opened up, then we'll continue with the rest of this review. So sit tight, everyone. And getting Lucina out of packaging, we see she does come with quite a few accessories. Let's actually start by showing off her accessories really fast. We'll start off with the standard Figma base. Really glad she comes with this. This does come in handy when posing her. It does hinge. It has 3 hinges. As you can see, it hinges there, at the base, right here, at the top. It also swivels right here, and swivels at the base, so you can actually get it pose any way you want, so you can have her pose. And we'll actually show how this works at my final thoughts. You'll be able to get a better understanding of it. But really glad she comes with a stand, because she does need it for a lot of her poses. She does come with several pairs of hands. Let's actually zoom in on those. Figma was nice enough to include a rack that you can attach all the extra hands to. Each hand does something different. As you can see, she does have this style pose hand, which if you pose the falchion, that's how it's pronounced, right? Falchion? I hope it's pronounced falchion. So you can make it look like she's pulling it out of the scabbard, because her fingers are kind of like pushing it upwards. So that's a really cool hand, and I'm glad they gave us that one. She also does come with 2 grasping hands, and these ones can hold on to the falchion. Her fingers are a little gummy, so they just slide right on to the sword like that. And then once again, they just wedge right out. She also does come with 2 other pairs of the style pose hands. She has these open hands, and then she has a wider spread hand, so you can get her in a lot of nice poses, whatever your heart contents or whatever you need her in. Her hands are painted nicely. They are flesh-colored plastic painted with the blue, and they're really clean. And on the figure currently, she has her fist hands, which if you want, you can always just peg those on. She also does come with an extra peg, so if you happen to accidentally pull it out and it falls out, you actually have this. So I'm really glad that they included an extra peg, just in case, say, one breaks or you lose it. And then going on to this piece of, it's not the actual blade, as you can see. The actual blade is the sword. This is just the handle. And what you're going to do with the handle is, there's a little slot here, and there's a slot here. You're going to want to reverse it so that you can see a little notch at the bottom and a square peg at the top, and you're just going to peg that in like so. So that doesn't come out. And you have the falchion in the scabbard. Pulling that out is simple. The actual falchion can't slide in there, as you can see. There's no space for it. I actually think that maybe the actual sword is longer than the scabbard. Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, she does come with this falchion, and then the blade, the falchion itself, not the handle. And it's really nicely painted, really done. I really do like the paint that they use on. Let's actually try to zoom in and get some of the detail, because there's a lot of nice detail in it. See, the sword is really painted well. The gold doesn't bleed onto the silver, which I do like that. The gold could have been painted a little better, but with as much detail that goes into the sword, I'm not going to complain about it too much. And in case you're wondering where you can put all these accessories, Figma is nice enough to include a plastic baggie that you can always put your unused accessories in, which I recommend you do so you don't lose them. Moving those off to the side. So we can go on to some of her other accessories, which is an alternate head sculpt, or hair sculpt I would say, but it is an actual head sculpt. There is no face in there. What you want to do is open it up at the top like that. You can see this hairpiece comes with a mask, and you can just slide it. Either face on works, so it's not like you have to choose one or the other, but it just slides on like that. Pulling that off so you can see what it looks like. There's a lot of nice detail in the mask too. Let's actually see if the camera will focus on it. See, the mask is really nicely painted. A lot of room for error. Really glad that it actually came out wonderfully. Her tiara is painted gold with some detailing in it. And let's actually go on to the figure herself. So let's move the accessories off. And let's have a look at Lucina. All this time and we were barely looking at her accessories. How interesting is that? But anyway, really glad I have this figure. This is a really long time coming for Lucina. I've been waiting almost, well, actually, yeah, I've been waiting the whole year so far to get her, and I'm finally glad I have her. Let's actually zoom into her face, because that is a really nice face sculpt that we have on right now. She can stand on her own for a little bit. I really need to move the camera. Let's actually stand her against the back of the backdrop, shall we? Zooming into her face sculpt. Oh, too close. Too close. Let's zoom out just a teeny bit. And that should be good. Like I said, really, really well done face sculpt on Lucina. I actually like it. It's really stern. Her eyes are painted differently. I don't know the story behind the left eye, but the left eye does have the detailing that you expect it to have, and it is accurate to the game. Like I said, I got her mainly for my Smash Brothers display, but really nice face sculpt. I think you can pick it up here. It's even on her alternate face, and like I said, switching out the faces is as easy as pulling off this piece right here. And you're going to just pop this head off. And you're going to slide on the new head sculpt, or the new face sculpt I should say, because it's not an actual head. And here we have Happy Lucina, which I'm not sure the camera's picking it up, but there is like some blush painted onto her face, so I think that's cute. Lucina looks really adorable here. And yes, the hair is two different plastics. This one is really soft and pliable, while the back of her hair is not, and you can see the pliable plastic is also right here. But a lot of nice detail on Lucina. You can see the gold trimming on her costume. The shoulder pads are nicely painted. Although it looks like the right side is painted better than the left side. No, the left side has a little bit more paint on it, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but the belt is a separate piece, so it's not attached to her torso. You can see the gold accent go all the way down her tunic. And there is some detailing in the back. And like I said, the cape is pegged onto the back, so you want to remove that peg. Yeah, like I said, you can remove the peg, and let's actually move the cape remove the peg, and that's where the figure stand comes into play. If I can just show you really fast. Where is she? I keep moving the camera, gosh, nerve it. Yeah. You just want to take the peg and line that up and slide it into that peg slot as well as the back of the figure, and bingo bango, you have your cape. Or you have the figure stand pose into the cape, I should say. So let's actually peg that back in there. And like I said, just overall really nice detail. You can even see the stitching on her boot, which is quite nice, I might say. All the way down to her shoes. So that's Lucina for you. What I'm going to do now is run down her articulation. If you will please stand for me. Stand. Stand. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's zoom out just a teeny bit so we can go on to her articulation, because she has a lot of articulation. Let's actually pull the head off. She has a double ball joint in the head, which means there's a ball joint going into the hair as well as right here. And this head sculpt actually can show it a little better. It gets full range of movement from that ball joint, so it moves up and down, left and right, bobbles. And then because it is a peg, it does swivel as well. So you can see it swivels and you can get some movement from that ball joint. Her hair is not articulated, like I said. It does get in the way of some of her articulation. Her cape is articulated, which is a good thing. You can see it can close like that. It spreads out all the way, although you don't want to do that because then it looks ridiculous. But I guess if you really want, you can like pose it off to the side like that so it's flailing in the wind. It can spin and it hinges, so that's good. You can have the cape upwards like that, and it still looks nice even posed like that. So really nice articulation even for the cape. I'm glad that the cape is articulated. Her arms on a ball joint go out, do a full 360. They would do a full 360, but once again the cape is there and you can take it off if you want. Her arms are on a ball hinge, or double ball joint, I believe. Like she has somewhat of a butterfly joint, so it hinges in and out like that. And it's the same for both arms. Both can hinge in and out, although you can really tell on this arm that it can move. But she does spin at the ball joint, which gives us a bicep swivel. She is double jointed in the elbow and also spins at the elbow. She is ball jointed at the hand, so her hands can move up and down. You can rotate it, and now we get a new type of hinge. Like I said, you just rotate the hand and hinge it on its axis like so. You can get up and down, left and right, diagonally, whatever you need out of that joint, so that's really nice. She has I'm guessing she has an ab crunch in here somewhere, but yeah, she has an ab crunch, as you can see. She also does have like a ball joint in the lower torso. You can see it does move around, and this is just her lower torso pivoting, not anything else. But she can rotate there. Legs go forward, back, and out really nicely. She has a thigh swivel, boot swivel, hinge at the knee, gets more than 90 degrees. She is also spins at the knee, so I don't know why, but that's there. She has a hinged ankle, can pivot on that ankle as well as pivot at the toes. I'm not sure why she pivots at the toes, but the articulation's there. But overall, really great figure. What I'm going to do now is get her pose up and move on to my final thoughts. Then we'll wrap up her review, so sit tight everyone. And so here we have Lucina pose for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do love this figure. I'm really happy I pre-ordered mine. She went on pre-order I think in December. And that's when I pre-ordered mine. She did sell out really fast, so if you weren't able to pre-order her, you had to wait till like she was available. But even then, I think all the pre-orders sold out for her. I paid about $80 for my Lucina, and that was shipped. Is she worth that price? I think she is. She comes with a lot of accessories, great articulation, the paint is just phenomenal on her. If you can track one down and pick her up, I say go for it. She will look good in your Smash Brothers display. She'll look good next to your other Figma figures. Unfortunately, she is the only Figma Fire Emblem character we have. But hopefully we get more down the line like Marth, maybe Crom, Ike, hopefully a Black Knight. I would like to see a Black Knight. But like I said, if you can track her down, definitely pick her up. She is worth it in my book. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to check out all my other figure reviews. Hopefully you like all my content that I put out. Tell me what you think about this figure in the comments. Do you like her? Do you hate her? Do you think she's worth it? Let me know what you guys think, and as always, take care everyone. I'll see you guys next time.